Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Tournament Kingdom tournament. It's September 6, 2025. This is the solo quote unquote Summoner's Rift tournament. Now, the turnout was very, very low for this event, so there are some sacrifices that need to be made. We're doing two teams for this tournament. We have Team Aqua, which features Zero Zen RL, Espresso Kitten, Potato Sack 3047, a set of numbers, and Baked by Jinx. Oh, I got the names wrong. It should have been hashtag Jinx, but that's okay because I got it correct here. And then we have Team Bark featuring Bisexual Lion, Goodnight Lumi, 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 Savior, Araxia, and Peridian. I'm probably butchered that. But these will be the two people, the two teams. There will be a best of three that will be played between these, and this is game one. Now, the reason why I said solo, quote unquote, is because the turnout was so low that we actually, pun intended, of course, we actually combined some teams. So Bang by Jinx, a set of numbers, and Espresso Kitten actually all know each other, and we combined them on a team for this event. This will be a little more casual, but I told everyone to take it seriously because it will impact leaderboard placement. It will impact the end of the year rewards, etc. And there's also some synergy here, like the support and top laner played in the last tournament together. And it's interesting because Savior, Potato Sack, and Zero Zen won the last Solo Summoner's Rift tournament. And now they're they're facing against each other. And Savior was support, and now Potato Sack's mid, so they're going to be facing each other. So that's going to be a little interesting to see. Another additional lore, we'll talk about the draft in a minute, but another additional lore to make this more interesting is Bisexual Lion is playing top, Zero Zen RL is playing top. These two were the finalists of the 1v1 tournament, and it was the most intense 1v1 tournament I've ever seen in my life. So it should be interesting seeing them play against each other in the top lane for the first time ever. And seeing them in a team environment will be very fun to watch, I hope. So now let's get to the draft. We're going to have plenty of time to discuss this. So over here we have Team Bark. Over here we have Team Aqua. So they banned Volibear, Vi, and Kog'Maw. Very classic bans. Volibear is for against the Vice. Wait a minute. They banned Volibear. Interesting. Okay. Well, Vi is pretty obvious because that is one of Espresso's Kitten's most comfortable picks. Kog'Maw is a set of numbers most comfortable pick. He has the highest mastery on Kog'Maw for his account. And this time we have Rengar, that's obviously Bisexual Lion, if you know the lore and history of the Tournament Kingdom. Zillion, I think they just find that an annoyance, and I believe Savior plays Zillion, I could be wrong. And Goodnight Lumi, Lumi, Lumi plays Skarner, so that's where the bands come from. We have Jinx locked in first, a comfort pick for Araxia. And then we have Xayah and Morgana potentially locked in, looking like that's the bottom lane, but we shall see if Morgana will be flexed somewhere else. Pick 2, Savior, the mid laner. We'll see if he picks for himself or will pick for his allies. Karma, another potential flex pick, but likely going to be support if I had to take a guess. Top gap incoming, Zero Zen RL. Messaging Bisexual Lion. Interesting. Xin Zhao locked in jungle. I'm pretty sure that's jungle because it would be rare to see Xin Zhao top. Although, with that being said, that was actually played by, I believe it was Quef Thaco last tournament on Team Dragon, I think. And Galio, that will, I believe, be Galio mid. And again, that's going to solidify my opinion on Morgana being support. Here we go on phase 2 of the bans. Looking like that the team currently banning will be banning, I assume, top laners and mid laners. As it would appear ADC, support, and jungle are locked in. And we get Trundle ban. Okay, that's probably targeted towards Bisexual Lion, because I don't think there's going to be a Trundle mid here per se, but you never know. Bisexual Lion doing the ban again on Gwen. Gwen would be quite annoying champion to go against overall in the top lane. No one really likes going against that, especially if you play melees. Last ban here. Smolder. Okay, going to deny. Actually, interesting. I'm a little confused by the Smolder ban because they locked in Jinx. Maybe they know something that I don't. But I don't know. I think the Smolder ban is a little questionable, but to each their own. I wouldn't be surprised if the people are currently listening to my commentary, which is going to be awkward if they're listening. But here we go. Jarvan as the final ban. No synergy for the Galio Jarvan. I think that's a pretty good ban. They still need to pick jungle. Their jungler is Espresso Kitten, and he has his vibe ban, so we'll see what he picks. There's some picks I have in mind that would be very good for this comp, but I don't want to leak any information here. That would be a little toxic. But I will mention it if it does get picked here. Does it get picked here? Wukong. Okay, not anticipating that. I'm going to assume that's Wukong jungle. Pretty good synergy, pretty good combo with the Galio. Bisexual Lion and Oraxia are going to be picking at the same time here, locking in the final two picks to round up their comp. They're going to pick top and mid lane here, more than likely. Doubt there's going to be anything super spicy. And we have the Ornn top. That's a comfort pick for Bisexual Lion. I still think my idea of what could be picked here on the opposing team could potentially happen. And Swain. Okay, I like the Swain pick. Swain will do, I think, pretty well into the comp because they have 2 melees, potentially 3. There still hasn't been a pick yet. But I think Galio struggles a little bit into the Swain matchup just because Swain can easily land some E's. Galio has a big hitbox, and the late game sustain from Swain will be very, very good. Plus the Karma shields. And Kale, okay, I was not anticipating the Kale, to be honest. I was expecting Camille. That was my prediction. I think Camille does very well in the Ornn. Camille Galio is a classic combo, but they're opting to go for the Kale. So Kale is going to scale in lane against Ornn. I think Kale into Ornn is a pretty good matchup because Ornn can kind of have a hard time against Kale. And by the time Ornn engages, Kale can just ult herself. We do have the lore sisters, the Morgana and Kale together. Overall, comp-wise, whose comp do I like more? I think they both have very good front-to-back team fights. Both teams have pretty good pick potential with the Morgana bind and also the Swain E. I don't know whose comp I like more. I think I kind of like Bark's comp, the Karma, Swain, Xin Zhao, Ornn, Jinx, just because I think it's kind of easier to play in the later game. Xin Zhao does kind of fall off, which makes me a little concerned for their comp. However, Xin can still provide a lot of early game pressure and allow that snowball to potentially happen. I think late game, though, I don't know. I honestly, I think both comps are pretty evenly matched. And I hope it didn't freeze. That would be pretty sad. I don't know if this is normal. If it's stuck at 0, usually it gives you like a 3-minute countdown. I will be very bummed out if it's bugged. We'll have to wait and see. I've set a 3-minute timer just to make sure. Okay, there's the spectator delay. Excellent. Okay. Stress has worn off. I think that the hardest part about Bark's team is going to be engaging on them, right? You engage on them, you have Galio ult to protect them. You engage on them, Morgana can use a black shield and prevent the CC from landing. Xayah has an ult. I think they're going to have a very hard time getting in there. But if they do get in there with the Swain, Swain is just going to be causing so much chaos with the Galio, Wukong. Galio ult will come in clutch for stopping Swain ult, yet Swain ult will come in clutch if Wukong clones, because the Swain ult will continue draining the clone and sustaining the Swain ultimate. I think overall, I like Team Aqua's comp a little better, just because they have better punishing if someone goes really, really deep. I think it requires more synergy on Team Bark, the Ornn, Karma, Swain comp, to fully succeed. Xin Zhao also is pretty interesting because if Wukong engages or Galio engages, he can just ult and knock them away to disengage. I actually like both comps. I think I like Aqua's comp more though. All right, 55 seconds. Again, this is the best of 3. Side selection was picked by Team Aqua after rock, paper, scissors. A set of numbers won the rock, paper, scissors match. The loser of this match will get side selection for the next pick. Let's take a look at the op.ggs for a sec. I'm always scared to open this because I get really weird ads. But we'll try. Shout out to Goodnight Lumi 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 listening to She Wolf by Shakira. Good for you. What a great pump-up song. The multi-search op.gg is in 4... Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Maybe I'll just take a screenshot so you guys don't need to see 10,000 ads. Maybe this is just a waste of my time. because it's still showing the ads. Forget about it. We're going into game soon. Okay. I'm excited. It has been months since I've hosted a tournament. Last tournament I hosted was May, because there was some in real life issues that happened. We are back. We're going to see what happens. Solo Summoners Rift tournament. Okay. Oh, it's weird. They don't put them in order of their things. I'll be curious if people remember to purchase the Smite item, and it's more importantly the support item, because remember, this is customs. I don't think it automatically buys the items for you. So hopefully they remember and they don't default like it's a normal game. Or even ranked, it does it in rank too. Let's check mastery real quick. 800,000 mastery for... Okay, that was fun. Good talk. Zero Zen RL about to 1v9. We shall see. Shouldn't have paused that. Let me make sure we're all caught up. We are good. Okay, here we go. Bark versus Aqua. We have Bark on the blue side, on the left side of the map. Looking like we're going for a standard start here. Oh, going for a bottom lane strat. For Zero Zen, Espresso Kitten, Potato Sack. Uh-oh, Araxia better be careful here. Everyone remember the support items. Let me move this to be a little more coordinated. Some dance moves, looking for an invade. Okay, I think that's correct. Araxia spots it out, we'll slowly back away. What did Swain start? If he started W, that would have been a huge W potentially. Started Q, okay. Interesting. I personally like starting E on Swain, myself, especially into this matchup. But he is probably the better Swain player here, so I won't doubt him. Espresso Kitten will look to start top side, starting at red. They do have this warded, so they know, blue side knows that Espresso Kitten is top side, starting red buff. They ping it, knowing this. Red buff has started. Zin will be starting his blue buff. Goodnight, Lumi Lumi. Now, Goodnight, Lumi 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 has never actually participated in any Summoners Rift tournament in the Tournament Kingdom. He usually has played in the ARAM tournaments for Czech PayPal. Last time he played for the ARAM tournament for Dirty Pickles. And so this is the first time. I know not much about him and his performance in these types of events. And most people on Team Blue side have never played together before, so this should be interesting. Okay, and again, as a reminder, top lane, these were the 1v1 finalists. So I'm really excited to see how this plays out, because Bisexual Lion barely beat Zero Zen in the 1v1 tournament. These guys had the most insane 1v1 tournament I've ever seen, so it should be fun seeing them again. Lion goes wide. I'm just going to call the Karma parry for now, just for the sake of convenience. Let's check out what's happening top lane here. Sexual Lion getting a decent trade. Kale early game is going to be really rough, but doing alright sustaining so far. Did take press the attack instead of fleet footwork, so his sustain will not be the best. Jungle timers are kind of similar. Both have cleared 3 camps, I believe. Let's pull up the CS numbers. Yep, they're both on similar pacing. Excuse me. Good knock up, good W, good stun, good Q. And the auto attack, first blood for Bisexual Lion in the top lane. And Bisexual Lion type, been playing Doombot so much I almost leveled up my E first. Parrying with a nice dodge. Wukong looking for a potential gank in the bottom lane, it would appear. No vision. They do not spot this. Potato Sack might go down here, does clear the wave, does have the Aftershock to protect him, but let's look bottom lane. Binds lands onto Parry. Wolf Flash has the Karma root, but that's going to be irrelevant because of Black Shield. Bang by Jinx flashes and does not get anything for it. Araxia has good positioning, good kiting, and now they need to run away. The double buffs on the Espresso Kitten would feel so good on the Jinx. Here's Goodnight, Lumi, Lumi, Lumi. Flashes W's, will get the knockup on the set numbers. He will not actually get the knockup. Slow comes out, they're all solo, just one Jinx reset, and that could be huge. Good flash by... Oh, and that's a double kill. Espresso Kitten now has the double buffs. Who's going to get the double buffs? Espresso Kitten goes down. Now Parry has the double buffs. 2 double buffs on the side of blue team. And that's a 4-2 lead in favor of Team Bark. Let's check the item purchases here. Now that Jinx is dead, does have 2 kills. Could probably get a pretty good component item here. BF Sword Start. That is a solid start to the bottom lane. And we have a Scout Slingshot. I don't know if I ever knew the name of that item, to be perfectly honest, started. Good start, so they have 3 kills, which means they have the first quest for the Feats of Progress. Feats of Strength, I believe, the first one of that. Should pull up the Dragon timer, huh? 36 seconds until Dragon. This will be Mountain Drake, I believe. Let me double check this. Okay, am I crazy? That looks like the Mountain Drake to me. Is that just the default Drake icon? I guess so. It's going to be Cloud Drake first. Oh, and I didn't even realize Ornn died up there. Oh, I wonder what happened. I guess it was the Ornn teleport and overextended, maybe? My apologies for missing that. E goes wide. Zero Zen with a nice dodge. TP down onto Potato Sack. Had a grasp proc there. We have pings going onto the scuttle. The junglers are going to meet up here. Espresso Kitten sees this. Going for the 1v1. Oh, Lumi goes onto the clone, but does fix that change really fast. Potato Sack coming in for the roam. Does have the taunt. Swain W comes out, lands on both of them, and gets some health back, but good pick by them, getting the Wukong, punishing for that scuttle. Swain will walk away. And it's not bad because Xin Zhao did also die there, all things considered. Let's check the stacks on him. He has 150 stacks, total health gained. Pretty solid so far. Oh, Zero Zen has hit level 6, could kill ult himself. Does he have the mana? He does not have the mana. He needs 100 mana in order to ult, and right now he's at 88. If Bisexual Line is tracking mana, he could maybe kill him here. Zero Zen now has ultimate for the mana. The mana for the ultimate will be very nice. As he engages, I don't know if he realizes that he has mana. He does land the knockup. Does flash and get the auto attack. Will go down. With ult still up. I think he was knocked up and probably couldn't ult. Maybe he ran out of mana and the camera panned at a terrible time. Oraxia spots out the Wukong. Will be able to walk away. Dragon is up. Void Grubs is in 1 minute and 38 seconds. Overall, nothing too crazy. Big, solid CS lead here. Surprising Swain, I think, like I said, I think Swain is pretty strong in this matchup. At least from my personal experience as a Swain player. Potato Sack is the lowest ranking player within this event. However, based off of the Tournament Kingdom rules, based off of previous performance, Potato Sack is considered 1 tier above. So he's bronze, but he's considered silver because he won in the last tournament. And funnily enough, the team that he won with was actually with Savior and with Zero Zen. But the turnout was so low for this event that we needed to actually kind of combine some things. So kind of an unusual situation, but it is what it is. We'll go through with it as Goodnight Lumi is going here. Has Sweeper already. And they will see him on the control ward. They probably have comms. Gets locked down a set of numbers. Will go down, reset onto the Jinx. And they get a double kill for the bottom lane. 2 kills in total. They will clear that control ward and probably go for Drake here. Pretty solid start for the blue side. However, there's still a lot of late game with the Kayle. And then you also have the Morgana pick potential. And Xayah does alright with her ultimates in team fights. So no stress here. 3k gold lead in favor of the blue side, aka Bark. And that will be a free Drake collected for Bark. Wukong and Morgana moving up to the top lane potentially, maybe denying vision. They do have a ward here, so if they path, they need to go here, which looks like Banged by Jinx is doing. Just getting vision. They currently are the only ones that know that this is happening. Bark does not have vision of this, nor any wards to kind of lead up to that pathway. Maybe they saw him on that ward, potentially. High chance. Lumi is going to sniff out something. They now know Lumi is here because of this ward. Will not hit the Squires, but oh, he's ganking top to try and save his top laner, but he has no idea. Espresso and Bang by Jinx are right there. Zero Zen flashes. Zero Zen does also have ultimate. Goodnight Lumi pops the Xin Zhao ultimate. Bisexual Lion trying to run. And there's the Kayle ultimate to protect himself. Will he sustain long enough? Xin is almost going to get it. Good knock up to the peel off the Zero Zen RL. And a double kill for the Wukong and Zero Zen with barely any mana, barely any health. But here comes Savior. Here comes the raid boss. Potato Sack will go down. Perry is also with him. Double kill for Savior. Espresso Kitten needs to try and get away. We'll focus on Perry. Espresso Kitten will not get the kill with a good flash by Parry. Swain ult is still activated, is hunting down his former teammate Zero Zen, but he will be able to recall. At the end of the day, I believe that was a 1 for 2, I believe. The death timers are short. That it was hard to catch that. I believe it was 1 for 2 in favor of red side. They will get the Void Grubs. I believe this will be the third one, the last one, I should say, because I believe they got 2 on the other side. Let me double check this. Am I completely wrong, or is it not displaying it? Oh, it doesn't display the grubs. Huh. I figured it would in this spectator. Oh, I have Discord notifications on. That is a bit irritating. I'll need to... Aren't I in streamer mode? I'm sorry, I need to check this. Oh, I'm not. Maybe that's why. Okay. Uh-oh. My apologies. I will fix that after this game. Alright, so Cloud Drake, out of combat movement speed and slow resistance. Good taunt. Oh, bold E into that. Potato Sack will get punished for that. Will clear the wave. Good E pool by the Swain. Oh, and Potato Sack will get soloed by Swain. Unfortunate for him. I think that E was a little too aggressive. Espresso Kitten looking for a potential gank here. Now let's look at the Bill's Roa completed onto Galio. We'll get that stacking soon. Kale now has range, so this lane is going to be a little harder on the Ornn. I don't want to see this. I want to see what's happening top. Directed camera. Thinks something is going to happen, though. Sundered Sky completed on the Wukong. Ooh, the health back. How many stacks is Savior at now? Let's check it out real quick. 450 bonus health. Feels pretty good on that. 401 start. I just think that they're roaming around more. A lot of good pick potential here. Sexual Lion is quite low here. Does have the Bomby Cinder completed. Tower plate collected onto the bottom lane here. Potentially going to get 3 plates. Third plate has been acquired. Oh, and I apologize for that. I think it was just low and Kale just finished him off, to be fair. My apologies for not seeing that. I believe that is what happened. Good Kale ult and kill. Potato Sack really struggling here as well. Lumi has snuck down here. I do not believe they know that he's down here. Good W zap by Araxia. And then throws in the Chompers to root a set of numbers. Oh, and the Jinx ult misses, and Lumi does pop the ult, so he'll be okay. Oh, and the ultimate to prevent Jinx from getting that kill. Good ultimate by a set of numbers. Pretty good job, considering they were ganked. 3v2. He actually managed to get a kill out of that. Avery will get 2 plates here. But he is getting flanked. Let's see what happens. Galio coming in. Does miss the E, but will land the taunt. Espresso Kitten is here. Ultimate is popped. Let's see how much they commit to this. Galio comes out to protect Espresso Kitten, give him a bit shield. Oh, he's just fast enough with the ghost, but the Q extra range knocks him out. Shot down onto Espresso Kitten. Good E to get out of there. Parry's now mid. Good shutdown. Let's check the gold difference right now. Okay, big gold difference mid lane. About 1k gold difference top in favor of Kale. Roughly 1k, 1.3k jungle. About 500 ADC and about 1,000 support. Wow, there's a big support gold gap. Pretty surprised. Kale is getting a lot more comfortable. 1 level away from level 11. Have that AoE effect on his auto attacks will feel pretty great. CS overall fairly even, nothing too crazy here. Although Zero Zen is building a nice lead for himself. Good dodge from Zero Zen, dodging that Bisexual Lion engage. And now it is Kale level 11. Bisexual Lion it just now hit 10, so he's a whole level behind. Next Drake is up. Both people have wards on it. Spectre's Cowl completed onto the Ornn. So it looks like Zero Zen will be going an AP build as Bind lands onto the other support. Ooh, good dodge by Jinx, but he will still engage. Spell Shield will prevent the knockup. Will land the ultimate to try and root them in place. And Goodnight Lumi is surrounded by everyone. Clone will bait them in. Ascend Numbers has a nice route. Here comes a TP from Zero Zen. He does have ultimate. He can protect his ally if need be. He does protect the Xayah. And Zero Zen is going to clean up this fight. Gets a double kill so far. Araxia needs to get out of here. And a triple kill on to Kale. Kale is now online. Level 11. Nashor's Tooth. Now 5 kills. And they will get the Hextech Drake, which is fantastic. The cooldown reduction plus the attack speed will feel great for their composition. Bisexual Lion will be getting top tower, potentially the first tower of the game. I believe if he gets this tower, that will be feats of strength. As Savior goes in, kills Bang by Jinx, now 1v3. I don't think he'll be strong enough to do this, and he will not. Espresso get and gets the kill. And a Dark Seal also on a Zero Zen, so he will be having that stacking up as well. Okay, so yeah, I believe if Bisexual Lion gets this tower, because they got the first to 3 kills, this will give them feats of strength. And I'm sure that's what they're playing for. The gold lead is now pretty much even, 0.2k difference, which is basically nothing at this point. But they do get feats. So I think that was potentially worth. I mean, not ideal, but they did get something out of losing that Drake and losing that fight, at least. Good clone to get away from that Karma Mantra Q. As Lumi engages, lands a W. Again, the spell shield coming up clutch consistently so far this game. Nice bind onto Lumi. They'll protect his ally. Oh, Karma Root will not land. Chompers come out. I think Bang by Jinx knows a thing or two about playing against Jinx. I have a very bold assumption there. Usually she plays Jinx, but she will be playing support this game because Ascend Numbers is playing ADC. The former champions in the bottom lane, Savior, Zero Zen, as a knockup lands onto Bang by Jinx, will have a late Spell Shield. Spell Shield has worn off. This should be a potential pick, and that is a potential pick. And they also get the Rift Herald on top of this. We'll see how they utilize that. Maybe they'll save it for next Drake, as Zero Zen is throwing some good autos. Oh, and they're going in for an all-in here. Savior, Zero Zen. Savior is pretty tanky with all this health that he's collected. We'll pull him in, but here comes the kill ult. I don't think he's strong enough for this, and Zero Zen RL is unstoppable. A little too aggressive by Savior there. Good knockup by Bisexual Lion, but won't have much damage. Potato Sack is pretty tanky, and Ornn doesn't typically build damage, as Rift Herald is summoned bot to try and slow down the Zero Zen split push. Zero Zen appears to be taking a reset, as Zin will be driving that thing into the tower. Does land it. We'll get that tower gone from the bottom lane. Both mid-tier ones are still standing, though. That's the pretty important drag. As he knocks him up, uh-oh, now he's pretty in deep. Lands the ultimate, knocks him back. Zero Zen will play very cautiously. I don't think anyone has flash on their team, on Team Bark. Wukong doing a great job, but is in a 1v3 trying to protect his Kale. Espresso Kitten is kind of paying for the sins of his Kale there. But you want to protect the Kale. Kale is in a very good spot. You don't want her getting further behind. She's their win condition at this point. Good Rift Herald usage by Bark, though. As Galio will be TPing to protect this tower. Dragon is in 2 minutes. Let's check what's happening mid lane, because it looks like a set of numbers might go down here. He does have ultimate. He walks up, does ult to prevent the damage. Oh, here comes the Ornn ult. Will a set of numbers dodge? Just very awkward angle to dodge. Does have Barry. Bisexual Line will do that, but he will get rooted under tower. Does flash and get the auto attack. Lumi engages onto Bang by Jinx. W will slow her down by the Swain. Bang by Jinx will go down. It's Potato Sack now 2v2 because Zero Zen's here. Savior pops the ultimate. Parry is here as well. Here comes the Galio ult on top of that. Knocks up the Savior, but I don't think it's going to do much. Espresso Kitten could potentially look for Lumi in the backline, but will choose to focus to the front first. Wait, he TP'd deep. Wait, I just noticed. Okay, he's fine. He blast code out. Everything's okay. Jacek needs to give up this tower. We'll probably look to reset here. Set of numbers, and Bang by Jinx will rotate mid to protect that wave. 2 Drake lead in favor of Bark. Lumi has built up a nice CS lead. What is this timer for? Oh, Adacon. Gotcha. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Okay, Adacon's in 1 minute and 10 seconds. The more you know. Jinx Zap barely misses. Swain W does land. Let's do a stack check, shall we? Swain is at 765 health, 51 soul fragments collected. Not bad, not bad. Kale is currently level 13, 3 levels, as Bang by Jinx gets caught out here just before the dragon spawns. Unfortunate for them. Kale is split pushing top. They might just give this Drake, though, it would appear. With their support dead and Zero Zen pushing top, he does have TP, but maybe he just thinks, guys, I just need to farm, get this tower, get some gold. And it would appear that they're just giving this Drake for free, opting not to fight for it. And that will be a 3 Drake lead and a soul point away for Team Bark. Bisexual line engaging a 1v2, soon to be 3v1. As Perry comes back to protect him. Nice Mantra Q lands on all 3 of them, and Araxia with a great chomper, so locking them in place. Going to get some resets here. Oh, but the invulnerable ultimate flashes in and counters that perfectly. Well played by Zero Zen. I said numbers on a half HP, or like a sliver of HP. Espresso Kitten will also go down. Ultimately, that was a 3-for-1 in favor of red side. Zero Zen still fighting, doing a good job cutting this, but will go down to Savior. We'll get some gold from that. Ooh, man, I bet Araxia is so bummed about that. 1 reset, and that would have been a huge lead. As Savior will go down to the Morgana. Morgana getting her first kill of the game. Potato Sack is the most handsome. We have some Potato Sack fans in here. He's pretty handsome. Can't deny that. Fully stacked Roa, speaking of him. Out of Aegis. He has gained a lot of knowledge from that. Level 14 versus, what level is Swain? Can we not see that unless he's alive? That's pretty disappointing. Adacon is alive. So not to go for it. 5 stacks on their Darksteel now that he's died. I don't know if he'll build that into Magi's. We shall see. The only bounty in this game is Lumi. The guy that I have no information on his Summoner's Rift Tournament performances, because this is his very first time. Well, actually, that's not true. I think Bang by Jinx, this might be her first time competing. If it hasn't been, it's been an incredibly long time. But I actually know Bang by Jinx, so I kind of have a bit of an idea of how she plays. Lumi, no idea. As Bark will start up the Adacon. Bang by Jinx noticed this. Zero Cent also notices. Let me zoom out a bit. Move the scoreboard for y'all. Chompers goes out to zone out Zero Zen, and they follow up with a knock-up. Zero Zen completely caught up, but will need to burn his ultimate early. Lumi pops the ultimate, and there goes Zero Zen. Galio comes in. Nice taunt lands onto 2. Knocks up one of them. Knocks up the Karma. Adacon is getting to 2 HP. Here comes Bisexual Line with the ultimate, and it is stolen by Espresso Kitten. Will they win the fight, though? Orexia gets a bunch of resets. A triple kill for the Jinx. Ooh, you did get the Adacon, which is a permanent buff, but that's really good for Orexia. Getting the triple kill, as a set of numbers will get the bottom tower. That is now 7 kills onto the Jinx. That will feel fantastic. But the Adacon, good steal by Espresso Kitten. Zero Zen getting picked off there. Good follow-up by Galio to try and prevent them from fully committing to that, as Bisexual Line will TP to the bottom tower to try and protect it from being pushed. Swain W misses. A set of numbers will walk on out of there. They'll be pushing mid as a set of numbers tries to 1v1 Bisexual Line. Cleanse comes out by Perry using the Mikhails. Bisexual Line goes in. Oh no, he might pull the root. He does pull the root. Oh, but the shield coming out from Karma. Wow, well played. That was a lot of trust Bisexual Line put into his support right there. That was the synergy because these guys played on a team last tournament that this event happened. Well played to them. As they did get tower, his team did get tower, the orange team. Espresso Kitten will continue farming. And we have nothing significant happening until 1 minute and 35, it would appear, for the Drake. And again, this is a big deal because this Drake could potentially be Soul for Team Bark. 3 dragons right now. They want this. Harry gets spotted out, but will run away with his shield. Has this 80 carry here. Again, I apologize for the Discord notifications. I'll make sure to shut that off after this match. I'm just scared they're going to leak something important. I'm in like 100 Discord servers and I don't mute any of them. I'm a psychopath. As Bang by Jinx gets tagged, Jinx ult comes out. Oh no. Oh, that was such a greedy recall. But they land the bind. Can they pick off Araxia? They do, and they get the shutdown. Okay, that was worth. Pretty greedy, but that was worth as the fight will continue on. Espresso Kitten does back out. Lumi engages on a set of numbers. Here comes the ultimate to protect a set of numbers. Taunt to protect him even more. A set of numbers has pretty good positioning here. Good job dodging the Xin Zhao W, but will be irrelevant as Lumi lands the E. Potato Sack will go down. Savior gets that kill. Ooh, okay, 3 for 1. Not ideal, and that's going to probably be Soul in 30 seconds. They have good preparation for this. Zero Zen is going to try and get the scuttle away, but Bisexual Line will be like, okay, you can have the scuttle, let me just kill you. But Zero Zen does dodge that, but does not dodge the E from the Ornn, and Peridian will get the kill. Dragon is now spawning. Banged by Jinx. Trying to get some wards. I don't think it's worth it. I think they just need to give. Espresso Kitten, the jungler, is not even rotating for this. I think they're just giving Soul. That's going to be really, really rough for Aqua. If Bark gets the Soul. And they will. Yeah, it's free. There's no contest, no bubbles. That is going to be Team Bark getting the Infernal Drake, which will lead them to the Infernal Soul. Next dragon will be Elder. So anything spicy with the builds. Mikhail's, I think, is a great item considering the Morgana Bind and the Zyra roots. Besides that, everything looks pretty normal, pretty standard, nothing too crazy. Rabadon's completed on Kale. Let's see how much AP he has. Did he take Gathering Storm? Why can't I click on Kale? Okay, there we go. I think there's a way to see runes. Isn't it this thing? Hello? Wait. Why isn't this working? There we go. He did take Gathering Storm, okay. So get another power spike in 5 minutes. 4 minutes and 15 seconds to be exact. Seal Sigil. I guess he's going Death Dance as Ornn lands the ultimate onto the Kale, lands the knockup. Never mind, Zero Zen flashes it, but I think that flash is irrelevant. Has ult, Parry is going to just shield his... Wow! Zero Zen does get a 1-for-1 in that. I mean, I don't think that's necessarily worth. I think Parry could have just walked away and been okay, but hey, well played to Zero Zen. They're pushing in the mid lane right now as we speak, but they're going for Baron. Oh, they're going to go for the Baron instead of defending this. As Swain W does come out, lands on a set of numbers. They are deciding to just push this and give up Baron. Interesting call. They do have good TPS, so they will do this. Bang by Jinx will spot this out. Jinx goes in to try and clear the wave. Doesn't land on anyone, unfortunately. Will Morgana steal this? That would be a miracle. That Jinx W with the Infernal Soul hurts. But they will get the Baron. We'll get a fast recall as Swain is trying to 1v2 them. A set of numbers is half HP. There he goes. And it's a Savior with a double kill and getting the health back, getting all those soul fragments. That is very huge as Goodnight Lumi comes in. Here comes Bisexual Line at the angle. Has no ultimate though. Does land this slow. Will land the knockup. Will CC chain Potato Sack. Potato Sack flashes. Does have a Nimbus Cloak, but it's not going to be enough movement speed as a double kill goes to Goodnight Lumi. Zero Zen now the last man standing on the team with the Baron buff. Oh, he repositioned himself to dodge the Swain W, but ends up going into the team, and that will be an ace in favor of Team Bark, looking to try and make their mark on this game. I think they can end here. 3 of them will be up in 10 seconds. We'll see if they make the decision. There goes the last Nexus Tower, the first one. Will they get the last one? They will. Will they try and go for the end, or will they go for the fight? They're autoing that Jinx the Rocket doesn't do much damage onto the Wukong, and that will be game 1, headed on over to Bark. Now, I believe with the custom changes that they did, you can just hit play again, and we can hop right in there. We'll probably give each team a 5-minute break unless they, want to start immediately. Yep, here we go. Well done, Riot. I don't know if you guys can hear my clapping. I swear that's clapping and not other noises. But they can just restart the game. Oh, I can start the game. Ooh, I have a lot of power. Before I do that, let me change my Discord settings to enable streamer mode so I don't have those annoying pop-ups. Boop. Streamer mode enabled. Did they mean to leave? I don't want caps. I don't know why I did capitalize either. I'll just set a 5-minute timer. Just in case. Unless there's technical difficulties. Loser pick side. So Aqua Slash. See, I want to just say Aqua, but I don't know if they know. I don't know if they know that they're called Team Aqua. It is not Fearless. Yeah, I thought about doing Fearless for this tournament, but whenever I created the rule set, I was expecting more than 2 teams, to be perfectly honest. Um, so I figured I don't want to create a complicated Fearless draft system if, there's multiple teams. If I would have known that was 2 teams, I would have been more open to it. But since I never really stated that in the rules, I didn't want to just change it on everyone. That would be kind of a little much, I think. But I will ask these players again if they will at the end of this tournament if they want to continue this. What did Orexia have to say? I just want to hide this in case it's something private. Okay, I'm back. You've never left according to this. If I kick her, will it allow me to reinvite? Let's see, what are they talking about? I want to read this. Did you not take Overgrowth and you took Second Wing? Oh yeah, always do. Did he take full early game runes? Yeah, I thought you took Overgrowth. I misplayed lane because of it. Wow. Interesting. So we now have a 1-0 lead in favor of Team Bark. I should have looked at this. Did I just click through the stats? Did I just autopilot and not look at the stats? Can I look at their match history? Uh, Let me see. I don't think custom match history appears anymore. Oh, let's look at his defeat ARAM history, though. That's fun. Whoa! Time for another top gap again. Wow. It's like they know they're on stream. I meant to type 230, not 239, but we'll give them an extra 39 seconds. I just want to give them some time in case they want to talk draft or anything like that. What if you give us buy and you give us render? For those that you don't know, Espresso Kitten, in case you couldn't tell by his profile icon. Am I not friends with him? I'm not. I always thought I was. Can you not view profiles on this custom thing? And I know he has high mastery Vi, and Bisexual Line has a lot of what did he give us down there? He has a lot of mastery on Rengar. Let me see if I can search it. Let's see. What's his mastery at right now? This is no secret. I'm not leaking anything. 207. I don't know what his mastery score is. It's probably like 2 mil. I can't check Espresso Kitten. Maybe if I do a manual search. I think it's NA1. There we go. 304. Wait, he has more mastery than Bisexual Lion has on Rengar? Oh my goodness, I didn't realize that. That guy's dedicated to Vi. My goodness, or should I say Vi goodness? What does he say? 2.2 mil on Rengar. I have no idea what this is. 343. That is. Is he like top in the world? Let me Google this. I'll look up his account on Champion Mastery Lookup. 50 seconds, by the way. Don't worry, I'm not just stalling. Espresso Kitten hashtag NA1. What did I do wrong? Why can't it find this? He has 3.7. I'm not going to show that because of ads, but he has 3.74 million mastery on buy. $2.2 million on Rengar, 2.2 milliseconds are all you need to pentakill. All right. 70 seconds. We have some time, like 15 seconds. Are we good to go? What are my missions? I think I completed a lot of them. Someone's letting their dogs out real quick. Ooh, Let the dogs out. When he says ready, does that mean the whole team? Oh, they were raising their hand. Lumi says they're ready. Okay. I don't think I've seen anything from... Oh! I'm confused. Is the person that let their dog out is back? Okay, he says R. I'm just going to start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, game 2. Again, Bark has the lead. Currently 1-0. This is best of 3, so this could potentially end here, or we could go to game 3. Kog'Maw band going against a set of numbers. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the exact same bands. Rengar ban, that's against Bisexual Lion, 2.2 million mastery. Vi ban, that's against Espresso Kitten with the 3 million mastery Vi. Set numbers I think has over 1 million mastery on Kog'Maw as well, so pretty obvious ban. More understandable, I guess. I can't figure out the Zillion ban, to be honest. Does one of these guys... One of them must play Zillion a lot. Ah, yes. Peridian does. He plays, at least he has a decent performance in current season of solo queue. Checks the mastery. Maybe oh, it's his 4th highest mastery. Yeah, he plays a decent amount. I mean, Zillion is really annoying, especially in team play where you can coordinate. Hey, I'm speeding you up. I'm ulting you. I'm throwing a bomb on you. Go, go, go. So I understand it. And a Swain ban, respecting the ban. I'm actually a little surprised. I think Swain, I don't know. I mean, Savior definitely played a good Swain. Don't get me wrong. But I'm a little surprised that they thought the Swain was strong enough to warrant the ban. But it is alright ban, especially because they could be going more melees, and Swain into melees is very miserable to play if you're against the Swain. So I get it. Jinx, again, the comfort pick for Araxia, and Sivir comes out. Okay, interesting. I'll be curious if they'll just pick a completely different bot lane, or they'll just play something even safer. I mean, you can't get much safer than Sivir Morgana with the spell shields. Milia, okay. Interesting. I mean, you do have the cleanse from Milio, so you can still be pretty defensive, but they don't really have that much CC. Maybe it's just a comfort pick. Karma. Man, are they doing an exact run back? Are we going to see Xin Zhao, Ornn, and... Well, we can't see a run back because Swain was banned. But could be Xin Zhao, Ornn again. That would be pretty interesting if they just ran it back. I'll be very curious what Zero Zen picks here, because he picked the Kale into Ornn. He had the counter matchup. Nocturne, okay. So that's a new pick compared to the last game. Good pick potential. I think does alright into Sivir and Milio. Because, I mean, you engage no matter the spell shield. You're not really worried about the ultimate damage. You're just worried about getting in there. So it would appear that both teams have picked their bottom lane. Well, I assume they would probably pick jungle here. Looks like it will be Wukong jungle again. I think Wukong does alright into Nocturne. As we get to the final set of bans for this match. The Orn ban, okay. Yeah, they're showing a lot more respect. I will check that DM later. I don't think it's important if they're in game. That's definitely showing respect to Bisexual Lion. I'm very curious what they're going to do now. Because will they double down and just give Bisexual Lion another ban? Or they ban another mid laner? Taking a long time with these bans, really discussing this. Is Gwen? I think it's pretty good ban considering Bisexual Lion's champion pool. The Gwen. Final ban for potentially the final game. Coming out here. I don't know which comp I like so far. Vex. Very interesting bans. Okay, so they're banning Vex obviously because of mid lane. I'll stay silent. I have an idea if I was banning here. I know what I would ban here. I don't want to say it because then I might listen and do it next game, and that's a little disrespectful. Jarvan ban, okay. Pretty consistent bans overall. Pretty similar. Okay, so they're probably picking... Okay, that's Galio mid. Definitely a comfort pick for Potato Sack. Bisexual Lion and Oraxia will pick again at the same time, just like they did last match. I should have created graphics for showing the score. I've never done that before. I have time? Text. I don't want to mess with that. I should have figured that out though. Trundle locked in. All right. I mean, Bisexual Lion got some of his picks banned, so he's comfortable on Trundle. He's a very good Trundle player. I'm not the biggest fan of the Trundle here, unless they pick a tank. Yeah. Okay. I mean, Trundle's not bad in any way, shape, or form in this comp. I'm a bigger fan of Trundle in tanks, but again, he had some of his picks banned. So hey, pick what you can. You need to pick your comfort pick in a tournament, and that is what he's doing. So here we go. The final comps. We have Team Bark with Karma, Syndra, Nocturne, Trundle, Jinx versus Sivir, Milio, Renekton, Wukong, and Galio. I think overall I like Team Aqua's team comp a bit more. They just have a lot more piloting, free piloting of engagements. Because you can just engage with the Wukong, follow up with the Galio ult, Renekton can dive in, slice and dice, and then Sivir can speed up and just make everything faster paced. And if they get engaged on, Milio can just ult to disengage. I think comms are going to be very, very, very important in terms of Team Aqua, which is this team over here. Because you need to call out what's happening whenever Nocturne ults, because it's dark. And then you need to call out whenever a Jinx rocket could be ulting and stuff like that. A Nocturne ult into a Jinx rocket could be very scary if the Jinx is exceptionally fed. But here, I think the spectator delay will change like it did last time. Let's hope, fingers crossed. Let's talk about the bot lane matchups. I mean, Karma and Jinx can't really do too much against them because Milio can disengage with the ultimate level 6. Sivir has a spell shield, so it will probably just be a farming lane. Sivir can just farm under tower if needs be, has great wave clear. Mid lane matchups, I think Galio does fine into Syndra because Galio can just get tanky, can build some magic resist. Syndra can obviously snowball if she gets the lead, but I think it's going to be pretty difficult for going against Galio. Jungle matchup, I mean, I think it'll be pretty 50-50. Nocturne engages, Wukong can just engage with his ult and disengage. Top lane, I don't really know Trundle Renekton matchup too much. I don't know if this is a matchup I've seen in years. I think if Renekton starts snowballing, Trundle's not going to have a good time. And vice versa, if Trundle gets ahead. I don't know. The one thing that concerns me the most about Team Bark's comp is they have no solid go button. They only can rely on the Nocturne engage. And Nocturne doesn't have a whole lot of CC. He just creates chaos. While the opposing team does have a lot of CC and can engage and also can disengage. I think their pick potential is pretty good. A Trundle Pillar followed up by a Nocturnal or vice versa could be pretty great. So we'll see how they play a bit around the pick potential here. Syndra QE is also a great pick potential. I must say, I think Oraxia's ability usage on Jinx was quite good that game. She did a great job at timing her chompers, switching targets by landing her zap, and then switching her target on her chompers to prevent her from getting engaged on. I think she did quite well with her ability usage that game. And I think she could potentially maintain this. However, with Emilio having the ultimate, might need to play a bit more wisely. Trundle Alt. I think Trundle Ultimate will go well into Galio because typically these past few games, Potato Sack has been building quite tanky. So a Trundle Alt onto Galio in team fights will be pretty good. As we have Let's Go Lion in the chat. Well, you'll be happy to know if you followed the first game. Spoiler if you're listening, but the first game, Bisexual Lions team, aka Team Bark, currently has a 1-0 lead in this best of 3. If they win, that will be the tournament, and that way will be the winners. However, if Team Aqua wins, we'll go to Game 3, the final Game 3. As Big Chino says, let's go Sack. Without context, that sounds very interesting. We all love Potato Sack. As he will be piloting the Galio for this game. 26 seconds. I keep drinking water. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Hopefully you can't. If not, then, or if you can hear it, I hope you're enjoying the ASMR. 9 seconds. Final game. A lot of respect shown to Bisexual Lion with the bans. He's going lower on his comfort picks. That's what you got to be prepared for. If this was Fearless Draft, this could be potentially very, very interesting. We love Sack. We love Sack. How do you know I'm talking about Potato Sack? Oh. Well, who were you talking about then if you weren't talking about the Potato Sack? I'd be very curious to know this information. Let's quickly check Champion Mastery before we get into... Well, that was a fun conversation. Hopefully you guys liked my analytical breakdown of the Champion Mastery. Why isn't nothing working? Why can't I move anything? Hello? There we go. Alright. Game 2! Let's redo some of this. Looks like a pretty normal start for both teams. It will not go bot lane. Last game, Team Aqua, red side team, went to the bottom lane to try and get pick, but got nothing out of it, so they're going for a more standard start. Do you have bone plating? Be honest. Let's see if he's honest. Let's see how he responds, and then we'll check for sure if he has it. I don't think they know that each other is in the bush. Could be wrong. Syndra will spot Diver here. If I say yes, you believe me? Oh man, this is some intense trash talk. Maybe. I'm not going to reveal if he has it or not until Bisexual Lion gives an answer. Then maybe. I don't want to reveal it. Okay, so you do. Mayhaps. As Perry and Banged will go for some tradings. Some supportal combat. Refillable pot onto the Sivir and a longsword start. Lands a nice Q onto both of them. Good start. Asmilio will leash Espresso Kitten. Interesting. Going for some early tactics. They have this warded, so they know that Lumi is starting blue buff. Blue buff start for Espresso Kitten. Got a leash from the support. But Nocturne still has a lead on the clear time, considering that he got a leash. Espresso Kitten. As top lane looks like it's already going down, already trading level 1. My goodness, these are aggressive. You don't... As Zero Zen hits level 2, goes in with a slice and dice, will follow through. Bisexual Lion will need a flash here. Or will he? Oh, and the flash with the auto goes through, and first blood goes over to Zero Zen. Last game, Bisexual Lion got first blood. Now this game, Zero Zen picking in a better early game champion and gets first blood. You lied to me. Oh no. I didn't say I did. He does raise a good point. He did not say that he had it. He just said maybe. Let's see. I'm pretty sure he has it. Wait, he doesn't have bone plating. What? Unless it's a visual bug. Unless it's a visual bug. Wait, he doesn't actually have it. Oh, he said you don't. Okay, my mistake. I thought he said you do. I'm crazy. Bluetooth auto goes crazy. You are correct about that, Ladsy. Okay, jungle pathing is similar right now in terms of CS. Lumi going for an early gank. Potato Sack gets hit by a Syndra. E does flash, good flash. The Nimbus Cloaks will give him enough movement speed to get out of there. And good night, Lumi, Lumi. Lumi pops flash as well, so flash for flash. Oh no, Bisexual Lion getting ganked, has no flash. Zero Zen can just walk out. It's kind of baiting him, teasing him a little bit. And Zero Zen will get the kill. 0-2 start for Bisexual Lion. That is a rough start for him. No TP available either. Raxia with a pretty solid CS lead so far. We'll be pushing that wave under tower. Good Mantra Q, and Zap followed up. Bang by Jinx half health will heal a little bit with a cozy campfire. As we see Nocturne falling slightly behind on the farming. Nothing crazy so far. I'm interested in the Longsword start. I wonder what he will rush now. Does he have lifesteal? We'll check lifesteal near his runes as the trade goes on mid. Savior is getting low on mana. Potato Sack is also low on mana. Nice Mantra Key landing onto Bang by Jinx. The number is now out of mana. Bang by Jinx gets hit by the Zap. Espresso Kitten comes top again. Does Bisexual Lion have a ward even? I don't know if he has a ward, but flashes on, and oh my goodness, rough start for Bisexual Lion. 0-3-0. They got feats off of Bisexual Lion alone. Rough beginning. Savior is now officially out of mana as Lumi spots out Espresso Kitten, and he can't really chase this. This is very bold. Oh, fears the clone. Good clone by Espresso Kitten to get out of there. Ooh. Zero Zen spots Lumi. We'll decide to just continue pressure top lane. Yeah, very, very rough start. This is a terrible situation if you're a top laner right now. I must say, Potato Sack and Savior have been pretty even during laning phase, for sure. These past 2 games so far. Will get the first plate of the game. Spell shield some of that damage, get some health back. They don't actually get that spell shield. Sorry, that tower plating. I don't know why I said spell shield. Okay, and Bisexual Line wards. He's definitely going to have to ward because he's getting camped so far this game. Rough start. Pickaxe into a boots and Doran shield start. As he's losing the 1v1, but Bisexual Lion is scared that he's freezing this wave, so he's going to try, but he's just going to have to give it up. He's too low. Zero Zen will freeze this wave. This is such a rough lane state for Bisexual Lion. But the good news is his team is at least getting Dragon. Espresso Kitten is currently farming Raptors. Chemtech Drake will be good, giving you that bonus healing and shielding and tenacity. You have the Karma shields. You have some healing in Trundle's kit. You get the spell... Never mind, I was going to say spell shield healing from Nocturne, but that's Sivir's kit, not Nocturne's. Bang by Jinx will get rooted by the Karma W. Chompers will not land. A little too late. Potato Sack potential 1v2. We'll just dash on out of there. Good night, Lumi, Lumi, Lumi. We'll get the Scuttle Crab. How's this top lane freeze going? Sorry, I accidentally whipped my mouse back. Okay, it's no longer freezing. It will be pushing into Bisexual Lion. He's happy about that. But here's Espresso Kitten coming again. But Bisexual Lion sees this ward. Does ping enemies are missing. Espresso Kitten. Oh, they're going for a dive. Ooh, okay, we'll see what happens. We'll wait a minute. We'll go for the blue buff. Espresso Kitten will, as Savior gets engaged on. Potato Sack taking a decent bit of damage. Catalyst of Eons. Oh, this is bad. This is a huge wave crash. This would be such a good time to dive top lane if they decide to. Oh, and Zero Zen is proxying the wave to prevent, or to enable the dive. Never mind. He chooses not to, I guess. Savior gets engages. Good knockup. Nocturne ult trying to cause some more chaos. And it does kind of succeed. I assume he did that for denying the vision and creating some scariness because he was not in range of that ultimate. Savior currently solo lane, 1v2. As Bang by Jinx is roaming around jungle. Looking like they're going to 3-man top here. Chompers lands. Okay, maybe they're just playing for the objective, playing for the Void Grubs, which it looks like they are. Blue side, aka Bark, has no idea that this is happening. At least according to their overall vision. As mid, Potato Sack gets hit by a QE, and then another Q. Set of Numbers doing a very good job farming this, considering he's 1v2. He's only down 6 CS, and he's been 1v2 for quite a while in this bottom lane, as Bang by Jinx has decided to roam around quite a bit. Cole built onto a Set of Numbers, trying to get that stack in for that extra gold. I mean, he's farming pretty well considering he's 1v2. And he took I didn't even realize the Set of Numbers took teleport. He doesn't even have combat summoner spells. I respect it. He's doing his own little playstyle here, as Bang by Jinx is on the control ward. Lumi does not have ultimate, so can't engage that. Oh, but will flash in and will pick off Bang by Jinx. And a Set of Numbers with a 1v1 onto Araxia. I wonder what happened to Araxia there. Zero Zen engaging Bisexual Lion. Bisexual Lion so far behind, half health already from that one trade. Bisexual Lion still trying to trade a little bit, though. The support trying to go for Sivir. Here comes Nocturne behind. I don't think a Set of Numbers knows this, but he's probably knows something's up. Because no support would engage like that without someone behind them like that. Karma W will root him in place. Nice shield to run away with the movement speed. And a Set of Numbers will go down. Lumi gets that kill. Espresso Kitten looking for the dive top lane. Ooh. Oh, does he use Mantra W? He doesn't use Mantra W, it looks like. I thought he was getting some health back. We'll watch this dive as Bisexual Lion will go down and pops Flash. Rough for him. Let's look bottom lane. As Bang by Jinx uses the exhaust. I don't think there's anything you can do, Bang by Jinx. Bang by Jinx has been killed by Jinx. As top lane now will get 3 plates. Oh, this is so rough for Bisexual Lion. Different game plan, definitely, for Team Aqua. Playing a lot more around the top side of the map. Xerxia has a big wave crashing. Potentially getting another plate here. Bisexual Lion tried to stop Zero Zen from recalling, which he succeeded, but he lost half his health for that. I forgot to put up the timers. Next Drake is 102 for Mountain Drake. A little bit of a CS lead for the mid lane, for the Syndra. Everyone else, minus the top lane, which we talked about, is fairly even. Top lane is definitely the biggest gap right now, unfortunately. A 4K gold, a 2K gold difference. Gosh, if it was 4K, that game would probably be over. Bisexual Lion. Interesting pillar. Almost actually punished him, but not enough. Zero Zen, solo HP. Oof, 050. It's one of those games. We've all been there. Nocturne, oh, he's trying to find Zero Zen, but he's out of vision. Oh my gosh, he must have gone to the bush to deny the Nocturne being able to ult. That was very smart by Zero Zen. Okay, but Lumi is coming up here. He wants to do something. He does not have flash either. I think Zero Zen can just walk out of here. Very smart by Zero Zen. Very heads-up play. Blackfire Torch completed onto the Syndra. Engaging a Set of Numbers. Does he have Spell Shield? He does, but he can only spell one shield thing. You don't get the kill. Nilio's Soccer Ball does land, and another 1v1 top. Yeah, not much to say about that. As there's going to be a fight for drag, but Bisexual Lion still getting attacked. Oh, wow, underneath tower. Okay, Renekton full on engaging. Bisexual Lion cannot punish him. 0-6 for him. As they do get first tower, though, his team. You know, his teammates aren't doing too bad. That's the good news. The score looks really one-sided, but that's just because Bisexual Lion has 6 deaths. So they're not completely out of this game. Bisexual Lion kind of is just out of this lane at this point. Dragon is up. No one's going for it as of this moment. Rift Herald is in 2 minutes. Syndra looking for a roam to try and punish the Renekton, but Renekton's smart enough as Jinx Rocket will hit 0 Zen, but won't do anything. Impactful at least. Sivir needs 52 CS to complete her call, as Bang by Jinx will be getting vision, has decent vision around the dragon. Does dodge both skill shots. Nocturne ult does engage onto Milio, as the Cozy Campfire good root or CC followed by the Syndra. And Lumi is still chasing down the enemy jungler, but will just zone him off, and they will probably take drag here, I would assume, as a set of numbers. It is kind of in a tough spot. Does dodge the Jinx W. Here comes Peridian. Nice spell shield. Protect himself, and they will get Dragon for free here. Espresso Kitten will not make it in time. That'll be the second Drake on over to Team Arc. Next objective is Rift Herald. Bisexual Lion trying to get a plate here. I mean, at this point, you might as well just go for it. You're so far behind. 07 is not really that different compared to 06 at this point. As Potato Sack doesn't care about that. He wants this man 0-7 as he flashes for the Bisexual Lion. The first kill for Potato Sack. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, the kill's the kill, I guess. Essence Reaver completed onto the Sivir. Yuntao Wild Arrows completed onto the Jinx. Hextech Experimental Hexblade? Do I remember that? Is that right? I was right. Wow, I am very surprised. I remember that. Experimental Hexblade complete on Nocturne. That feels fantastic, so you can ult more. He just got sacked, yeah, as Lazzy pointed out. Here comes the engage. Good flash by Orexia to dodge that engage. And Aqua is currently doing a 4-man ARAM. Savior might be able to actually match Zero Zen, because Savior is doing decently. And I think he's probably the best bet to lane against Renekton at this point. Rift Herald is up currently. Crazy enough, even though it's 4-8, only about a 1k gold lead. And I'm pretty sure that 1k is probably because of top lane. There's a 3k difference, 3.2k difference between top laners. Thundered Sky complete on Wukong, 2 stacks on the Roa for the Galio. And they will secure blue team. So that was also feats. So I believe they got feats of strength now. After getting the first tower in the bottom lane and getting 2 dragons and that Rift Herald. Smart positioning by Zero Zen to dodge the Syndra Q. As Lumi engages, but the spell shield comes out on Sivir. Oh, and here comes Zero Zen. Savior is now just going to realize, oh, this is what my top laner has been dealing with. That's not fine. He almost actually does get the Syndra ultimate to kill him. I am sure Savior is very bummed about that. Oh, but the support comes in. Can the support get the shutdown? Roots him underneath the tower, and the tower damage, and the shutdown over to Peridian. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, out of all the people to get the shutdown, the support is the best for the red side, but man, that's bad for the blue side, but you're going to take it. You need to shut him down, otherwise he could keep snowballing. So now Karma needs to really buff her allies with the extra gold, get a good support item. I assume she'll build Moonstone first, as she does. There's the Moonstone completed, Boots of Lucidity. So that will feel pretty great. I'm sure her team will appreciate that. Echoes of Helia? Yeah. Sorry, I was saying it like that because I couldn't remember the name. I wasn't questioning the build. I think that item's decent on Milio. As the call is on 15 stacks left, 15 minions, and that is completed. Triforce completed the first item for the top laner after this rough start. Oof. At least he has something going on here. I think Bisexual Line will do alright into the Galio. This Galio is proving me wrong, doing decent damage to him, my goodness. But the support is here with his Moonstone from getting that shutdown on his top laner. Kind of paying respects to the top lane after that one. Potential dive looking like here. Good taunt, lands onto the Peridian. As a TP comes out for Zero Zen, I believe. That could be... Oh, that's Sivir TPing! Good shield onto that. Sivir will go down. A double kill for Lumi Lumi. That is rough. You do not want those kills onto Nocturne because he could potentially snowball the game now with that experimental Hexplate. Sivir lands a nice stun onto two of them. Decent damage. Zero Zen pops the ultimate early. And they will have to back out. Oh, Jinx Rocket. Where's that going? Oh, it's going for Milio, but it goes wide. We're banged by Jinx struggling here. Wait, Orexia... What? That was... interesting. Kind of curious why she didn't go for the tower. Oh, and Espresso Kitten flashes and kills the Jinx. That is rough. Harry will get that turret, though. He's just the cleanup crew at this point. Bisexual Line goes down. Oh, wait. Unfortunately for him. Banged by Jinx living on a sliver of health. As Dragon is now spawned. This could be potential soul point for Team Bark. They get it. Zero Zen going in 1v3. Mantra Q lands. Fleeing. And unstoppable for Lumi Lumi Lumi. Shuts down the carry of this team as Lumi engages onto the spell shielded Sivir and will not get feared though. Double kill for Lumi Lumi. And Espresso Kitten goes down by Savior. 602 onto the Nocturne. Ooh boy, and this will be soul point for Team Bark. Okay, the good news... Oh, and one CS. That is the saddest part of this all, honestly. The one CS. The one CS he needs. Unfortunate. But he will, of course, get that very soon. Only one person building the feats of strength boots. That is the Armored Advance boots, as Zero Zen going for a 1v1 against Bisexual Lion. Bisexual Lion actually doing a decent job fighting this. How is he winning this? Trundle is just that strong, maybe? But Wukong's here. I don't think he wins the 1v2. All things considered, that was a pretty close 1v1, considering he was 082. But they will get Atacon for free because the jungler is top. That will just be Atacon for Bark. Man, I don't know. I think Bark is kind of getting away with the lead here. It does have a slight gold lead, but it's mainly their objectives. Because, I mean, 3 dragons, now Atacon. Didn't they take Void Grubs? I don't think you can actually see it in this. I don't think you can, unfortunately. As something's happening top lane, they find the support. I must say, Prydian playing in very well these past 2 games. His karma has been quite clean. Although, right as I say, that might have just cast or cursed him, but as a good flash, here comes Galio ult. Will land right onto the chompers. We'll be okay. Karma used flash pinged by Zero Zen. As they're trying to ARAM this, it would appear. And Bisexual Line's going top, so I doubt that they want to fight this too bad, unless you're the red side. How's CS looking for top lane? Okay, still pretty far behind. Not as bad as I would have expected. Overall, everyone else, slight lead for mid and jungle in favor of Bark. Yuntao completed onto the Sivir, and he got the call. He hasn't sold it yet. And he's going the movement speed boots, Symbiotic Souls. Forget what those are called. As Engage comes out, Bisexual Line in a 1v3. Let's see if he can actually 1v3 while being 0-9. And I'm not even gonna say anything. What is there to say? I mean, oh, they're hitting abilities on the 0-9 Bisexual Line. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm flaming him. I'm really not. I just what is there to say at this point, you know? It's just one of those games. We've all experienced it. Cosmic Drive completed onto the Syndra. Black Cleaver completed onto the very strong Nocturne. That Nocturne is scary if you're Sivir right now. Nocturne in their jungle. Having good bot lane pressure. Top lane pressure will come in favor of the red side, aka Team Aqua. As Lumi engages on their tower for the Galio. Raxia will be 1v2 in the lane. One minion left. Throw some more autos. He'll back off from that one. Espresso Kitten has been spotted by that blue trinket. They know where the jungle is. Potato Sack trying his best to hold this lane against 3 people. Not the most fun, but he does have his top laner split pushing. I mean, if you get the top lane getting that inhib, that's worth, as Potato Sack is getting engaged by the very fed Nocturne. QE, flash by Potato Sack, and he goes down! Lumi is godlike. Zero's End ults, engages on Araxia, and that is an 80 carry down. It's now kind of a low-budget base race, but I believe Blue Team has the lead on this for sure. They do get a tower, and they will recall. They will decide not to continue pushing. Maybe they're strategically choosing not to take the inhib because they don't want to give the enemy team free CS. That could be a potential thing, because they did have a lead on the base race. So I'm assuming both teams are agreeing not to take... Okay, never mind. I thought they were not going to take that inhib, but here comes Bisexual Lion saying, nah, I'm taking this. I'm tired. I'm tired of being 0-10. I'm going to cause chaos because they're making me miserable. Oh, wait. Bang by Jinx cancels the recall. And now Lumi finds Bang by Jinx, and Bang by Jinx is going down. Wait, is he actually going to end the game? Okay, wait. Potato Sack is going to stop it, but Bisexual Line is dealing so much damage as a set of numbers kills the Syndra, gets a shutdown, and Potato Sack does prevent the game from ending. But my goodness, here comes the Jinx Rocket. The Jinx Rocket will miss as Potato Sack does slain Bisexual Line, as we stated. Lumi is legendary against the Cass, against the Milio, against the Bang by Jinx. I knew the problem is I know most of these players by their actual name, and I just want to say their actual name. I rarely call them by their gamer tags. Especially, I hate calling Bang by Jinx, Bang by Jinx. I always call them by their real name. A little bit of a slip up there. As this will be soul collected for Arc. And then, by the way, I must say, I don't know what, I would love to know what their comms are. If we get an interview, I want to know what happened, because they stopped this inhib, and Bisexual Lion legitimately almost got both towers from that, being 0-10 at the time. So gold is that even, pretty much. However, again, these dragons are worth a bunch of gold. They're going to get Baron, which will give even more gold. They know something's going on here as Savior gets the kill and Banged by Jinx. Rough game for her. Savior pops the ultimate. They're going in 4v5, it would appear, and they are going to back off from it. So that was worth. And here comes, I was going to say here comes the potential engage, but I don't think that's actually happening, as Bisexual Line is pushing top lane. We'll get to Demolish Brock and get that tower. I think he also ulted. Nope, I'm wrong. He did not ult. He's going to run out of here, find Espresso Kitten. He's going to keep on running. He has no one nearby. But they find, I think they know Sivir's here on the map. I'd assume Bisexual Line flashes. He has everyone chasing him. Savior does a nice peel and ults to get some health back. Here comes the Galio to counter that. Zero's End 1v3 currently. Here comes the Galio taunt. Will not find anyone yet. Nearsighted for everyone, causing a bit of chaos. Will Lumi engage onto the Nocturne? He will decide not to. As the blue side is pinging Baron. Red team will take a reset. Alright, let's check builds. Runaan's for Jinx completed. The one kill was on that shutdown from Renekton for the support of Karma. This will be a Baron, Bang by Jinx. Has no vision, does ward, but it might go down. The Syndra is just so strong, and ooh. Bang by Jinx goes down there. As this will be a free Baron on over to Team Bark. Next objective after this will be Elder Drake in 3 minutes and 33 seconds. The Symbiotic Souls have not even been completed yet, but he built those pretty late. Overall, I must say, the game is... just thinking too much of a favor at this point for blue side. Team Bark. They do have decent engage, though. So they do have good pick potential with the Wukong ultimate followed by Galio. I definitely don't think it's completely doomed for red side, for sure. I don't think it is. They're just going to have to pray for a miracle and hope Espresso Kitten maybe gets a nice steal on Elder, clean up a team fight, and they might actually be able to snowball from there. Nocturne engages onto the Milio again. This Milio is getting bullied. I mean, I bet they don't feel too bad because their top laner was getting bullied, as Bisexual Lion is under tower with Galio. Espresso Kitten engages. Goes down. Potato Sack in a 1v1 with Trundle. Trundle does get the tower. Here comes Zero Zen. And oh my goodness, Bisexual Lion kills Potato Sack. Zero Zen does finish Bisexual Lion. Here comes Araxia with a lot of attack speed from getting the resets from the previous fight in the towers. Double kill and a triple kill onto the Jinx. And I just think that will be the game right here. They have the Baron buff. They'll get the towers. Jinx is very excited with her passive. Auto attack. Hello? What was she auto attacking there? That was a visual bug. Oh, the tower's still standing out. Lots of visual bugs. But Team Bark will take the 2-0 victory in the best of 3 in the quote-unquote solo Summer's Rift tournament. What a game. What a clean game. Wow. Let's see here. Can we get an interview? Let me see. I don't know. I need to get in here. Let me see. I want to see if they can do an interview. Let's check the stats real quick before we get an interview. So overall, I mean, actually, no. I want to talk about the gameplay a bit in the interview. So we'll talk about that. But I must say, I mean, overall, I think, yeah, I mean, it was just a rough game towards the end. Bisexual Lion probably was tilted, but we'll get an interview with him now. Not much to say about that. Let's check the graphs real quick. Let's check the damage. Hopefully it shows us. Epic. No stats on that. Sorry. I mean, we see the damage here, but you don't see the actual chart. I need to figure out what my... Okay, I do have thing. Okay, so I need to mute this so in case I say anything. Hey, would you guys be up for an interview? Hell yeah. Are you the only one? Oh, we're all down? Okay. Well, I think they're all down. I'm moving them in here. Exciting to watch. Trash Talk was great too. Heck yeah. Congratulations on the 2-0 victory in the best of 3. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing pretty good, as well as could be expected from that last game.
Give me one good reason why you say that statement. Just one.
Sorry?
Give me one good reason why you would make that statement.
Probably.
Or can you give me 11?
The 1-12 score that I had at the end of the game.
Yeah, I want to know what was the comms like during the early game. Was it just awkward silence because you just were that upset, or did you guys?
I was
just
just
know?
like, oh damn, I got
ganked. He was pretty stoic about it, yeah.
Oh damn, I got ganked again.
It was hard to track jungle this game because we didn't put wards down. We couldn't.
Yeah.
That's why we didn't know whether he was gonna gank top.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of just won everywhere else on the map when they were just camping the 0607 Trundle.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're not getting so much value out of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No.
I think if Renekton split push more this game, it would have been a bit harder.
Ah.
But
see. So I don't have the match history accessible as of this moment. But the first match, what was going on there? What did you guys think of the first match? Anything surprised you? Or did everything go according to plan?
I don't know. For me,
we kind of go ahead.
Oh, sorry. For me, it was particularly the Zero Zen pick with the Kale.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little out of left field for me, but you know what? I'd roll with it. I played against that before. What really struck out to me was his spacing on everything that I was doing.
Yeah.
Was
solo
just
killed him, by the way.
Jesus.
Solo killed him.
Oh yeah.
So,
of course I did. Of course.
That is not the page I wanted to show.
Pretty sure you solo killed him like twice, like early.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's see. Hang on. I'm trying to.
How about that? But
Well, I'm so We'll worry about the stats later. We'll just talk about this game because I'm struggling with the stats. With that being said, I need to also know what were the comms towards the end, because I noticed you guys were taking the inhib in the bottom lane while Aqua was pushing the mid lane, and you placed a ward, and then Bisexual Line TP'd. Was that all coordinated, or did Bisexual Line just solo it? What happened there?
That was all bisexual line.
No.
We were all like going back
was
to
like-
defend, and then we just noticed he was in their base. We were like, okay.
Like, I was useless anyways. Like I wasn't gonna be doing much in the actual base except for maybe put up a pillar and ult something. But at the same time, I feel like I could have just gotten way more value out of just TPing over there and taken down their entire base.
Okay. So I guess I will ask you, Perry. What do you like to be called? Do you just like be called Peridian? Do you like being called what? Like, do you have a nickname or something? Am I butchering your name?
It is what it is. Just
It is what it is.
Peridian,
Peridian.
whatever you
Perry,
whatever
you
you
don't
care.
you don't have a nickname or anything?
Nope.
Okay, Peridian. So this was the first. Correct me if I'm wrong, but was this their first time ever winning an event in this server?
That is. It is
Nice.
the first event.
Okay. And what was it like? I would have loved to have Orexia still here, but how did the synergy go there? Did you guys connect pretty quickly in terms of synergy, or was there a bit of miscommunication? Because you guys seem like you were on the same page overall, trading abilities and whatnot.
It went pretty smoothly, but we were winning lane both times. So when you're winning lane like that, have like permanent prio, it's pretty easy to coordinate in those scenarios. But when we had to be 2 fights, I think we had some pretty good synergy.
Yeah. It's good to hear. And then Savior, I want to ask you, because you were kind of in probably the most unusual spot here, because you joined these people that I assume you've never really played or talked to, and you probably noticed, oh, my teammates from last tournament that I won with are now my competitors. Were you surprised by that? Did it actually give you a bit of an advantage, do you think? What were your thoughts on realizing that you're against Zero Zen and Potato Sack?
It definitely. It took me a second to recognize, because I was like, I recognize the names. And I realized it was because we played the last Solo Summoners Rift tournament. And Zero Zen particularly, that worried me a little bit, because I remember playing with them on the team. I think they were really good. But yeah.
And what made you decide to switch over to mid lane this game? Or this
I
tournament,
stopped
should say.
playing League a lot, and so I came back and I've just been playing mid lane a little bit. And I was like, I'll just play mid because it's where I've been enjoying it more. But I was a little bit worried because my rank is based off of my support gameplay for the most part.
Yeah.
Wait, what was your role before mid?
I used to play support. I was like Diamond
nice.
4 support player.
Very nice.
Well, you did good. I did vote you guys the most honorable team, by the way.
Oh wow, that's so kind of you,
Hell
set of
yeah.
numbers. Out of all the teams
I
to choose from, you chose them. I respect it.
I think they deserved it.
Definitely. And then Lumi, I must say, this was the first time that you've ever participated in a Summoner's Rift tournament. Because usually you okay, I know you participated in an ARAM tournament. That was definitely noticeable because you guys won before. But you usually play Summoner's Rift. What would you say is your percentage of balance between playing ARAM compared to Summoner's Rift compared to Arena?
Before I only played ARAM, but now probably mostly SR.
Okay, and then what made you decide to sign up for this? Just because you were curious about it, or you decided that no one else really plays SR in your group? Because I assume most of your friends play ARAM, if I'm correct, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
I have an ARAM friend group and a SR friend group.
Okay.
I just thought it'd be interesting because usually for SR tourneys, I play with my friends and they're really good. So we hard stomp and it's not really competition. So I wanted to see how I'd perform with 4 other people I didn't know.
Well, I think you as well as your teammates performed quite well. Were you satisfied with your performance? I feel very weird asking these questions with sudden numbers.
The first game, I think I didn't play well, but the second game, I think I played pretty well.
Yeah. Okay. Well, a set of numbers, I guess since you're in here, what was it like playing with the trio? Had a unique circumstance.
We play a lot together, but it's not really a competitive group.
Gotcha.
Kind of just play the game.
Okay.
I felt like I wasn't able to do anything in the games. I felt pretty useless.
I see. Well, there will always maybe be a next time. We'll see what happens. Okay. Well, do you guys want to shout out anything of yours? Social media, preferably things safe for work.
Absolutely. If you look in the Barks group chat right now, you might be inclined to see our team mascot.
Is is there something? Is there any important information? Because I don't want to open up the text channel first. I don't want to leak anything.
Actually, no. Look at your DMs then.
DM. You DM me?
Yeah.
Is there anything in our DMs?
I don't think so.
Oh my goodness! Wow, the Barks mascot.
Hell yeah.
That is adorable. Excellent.
Ugh.
And I guess this will be the last question because I'm curious. Bisexual Lion, what was your thoughts finding out you're against Zero Zen? Because I assume you remember who he was in the 1v1 tournament.
Oh yeah, I remembered, and I was like, okay, here we go. This is gonna be an interesting time. And then first game went pretty well. I was surprised by his how good his Kale was in lane.
Mm-hmm.
And then second game, I would have said it was a good laning phase, but at the same time, it was a 2v1 the whole time, and so I couldn't really assess how good he was at. I'm having trouble remembering who he was, whether he was the Wukong or Renekton.
He was the Renekton
Wukong
game
was
one.
Because they've both been in my lane the exact same amount of
Oh
fucking
my
times.
He got full HP dove like 3 times. There's not really much interaction there.
Oh no, but it obviously Zero Zen, good player. Had a lot of fun playing against him.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll see repeat. I don't know. Zero Zen was also a jungler previously. Not sure why he switched over to top lane.
Yeah, we
He
saw the
saw my
Garden.
name and said,
I was getting confused.
He's a very good player for sure. Like, I think he could play any role and play well. So I guess that's it. So yeah, besides the mascot, anything you guys want to shout out?
Shout out to Tournament King for hosting the tournament.
Wow.
True.
Oh, true.
I mean, shout out to you guys. I mean, like, this tournament was pretty scuffed, to be honest, with the how it was all organized with the lack of players. But I appreciate you guys participating. Without you guys, there wouldn't have been an event.
No.
Well, congrats. I will make sure to send out the chests and keys as soon as I can. I believe I have you all added. I don't think I have Espresso Kitten added, but I'll worry about that later. All right. Well, I'm going to wrap up the stream. Congratulations again. Hopefully we see you guys compete in the October 11th, currently, might be subject to change, October 11th ARAM tournament. It would be fun to see you guys compete.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
All right.
Definitely try to be there.
Talk to you guys later. Congrats.
GG's.
Yeah.
Zero Zen typed in chat, jungle is Z roll, meaning sleepy roll, boring roll. I can understand that. I feel like jungle would get pretty old pretty quickly if you only play jungle. Always fun to watch. GG, thank you, Grisward. All right, so thank you to the teams. We'll shout out to Zero Zen RL, Espresso Kitten, Potato Sack, A Set of Numbers, and Banged by Jinx, and Bisexual Lion, Goodnight, Lumi, Savior, Araxia, and Peridian. Man, it was. Wait, Zero Zen just said, I missed the laning phase portion of the game. Missed. Oh, you're saying you missed laning portion because you were at jungle previously. Yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. All right, so the next tournament is subject to change, but see, I need to deal with 1,000 text channels. Next ARAM tournament will be Saturday, October 11th. Again, time and date is subject to change. I haven't finalized yet, but I'm going to try and do the Europe West tournament around the end of September. I believe September 27th. Obviously, that's not going to apply to the majority of people, but we shall see what happens there. With that being said, that will be it. Special thank you to the teams. Again, I could not have done it without them because it was a bit of a lower turnout than expected. So I appreciate everyone. As for me, I don't know when you'll hear from me next. Hopefully soon. That being said, best of luck to you guys for this rest of this weekend, and congrats to Team Bark for winning the tournament. I'll see you guys later.